And we're live.
And we are live. Awesome. Anyways, yeah,
There we
no.
go. Everybody froze on my screen. I was freaking out. There you go.
Any
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean,
intro, Mike?
do what?
Any kind of intro?
Oh, hi everybody. This is our community chat. So far, we got John, then Grant, and Greg. I think that's it right now, right?
Jeremy?
Yeah, we can hear you. That's a little bit better.
All right.
All right.
So our main topic was games then versus games now. I personally have all the next gen consoles. My least favorite is Wii U. I know, Greg, you're all Nintendo. You both are all Nintendo. But
But I
reason why,
was Nintendo. Sega's.
ah,
I think I have a little bit more respect for Sega than I did back in the Genesis days.
yeah,
I was pretty much Nintendo. Then for a while I switched to Sony, and then the PlayStation 4 was announced. I was like, yeah, no, bye. And then Call of Duty started getting bad, so I'd be back to
never get
Nintendo.
I think I jumped on the Sony bandwagon when it came around, just because at the time I couldn't afford a 64. So I had the PlayStation, and I stuck with the PlayStation. I'd go over to my friend's house all the time with 64, though.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I had the 64, I had the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 just had a diverse library and a GameCube, but they all had diverse libraries. But I mean, the
I'd say the
PlayStation 2 just had the most diverse out of all of them, and I would still play Nintendo more because Mario Party was addictive, and so was Super Smash Brothers. So
yeah. As far, I mean, when it comes to PlayStation 2,
my DSi at that.
PlayStation 2 is definitely one of my favorite libraries because it's the most expansive.
It's just
Yeah, they had everything. I mean, and that's why I think the systems right now are going for so much because that library is so valuable. But as far as PlayStation titles now today, okay, so we're gonna go back to the main point that I was trying to get to is with the next gen consoles, with everything going on, the games are getting more in depth and there's more storyline. But the problem is I'm beating these storylines within 6-7 hours. But in the terms of anything Nintendo, mostly it doesn't really have a storyline whatsoever. Microsoft and PS4, not too many exclusive titles, so I guess if you.
I mean, Nintendo wasn't really that much of a storyline. I mean,
Yeah.
they weren't even storyline to begin with. I mean, Mario, the whole objective was just basically jump, and hit that, do that. Then you had Tetris.
A lot of the time, to keep their storyline straight, look at the crazy timeline of Zelda.
Yeah, that was actually proven to be false.
And then you have to look at the Pokemon timeline. Ever since X came out, there's now two timelines.
Well, same with and you've got quite a few different alternate timelines with Mega Man.
Yeah.
See, after the X series, I couldn't get into Mega Man because it started getting really weird, really childish. Same thing with the Pokemon. It seems like the Pokemon are just getting weirder and weirder.
The thing was with Black and White, with the whole Black and White series, that series was actually rather darker. It actually, I think it went as far as to question why Pokeballs exist. So that one was rather dark compared to other entries.
Yeah. It's like right now I'm going through Pokemon X, and I'm only getting the original Pokemon. I'm not messing with any of them else. I mean, I'm trying to go through the whole game with only having original Pokemon, because it aggravates me. I do like the run ability, though. That's nice.
I mean, it's interesting to see it, but I think Generation 5... Oh, God, someone's got their kids. Anyways, Generation 5 was just... the storyline, it's so hard. It's just you want to throw it against the wall. That's what you want to do with all Gen 5 games. Generation 4 had to be one of the best because it was amazing. That was the first time we saw a remake and all that. So
God, speaking of remakes, it's like the era of remake. Everything being remade,
Remake after remake.
HD remake, and it's for example, I don't know if any of you guys played Dark Souls or not, but the HD Scholar of the First Sin for Xbox One, when they remade it, there was, I think, only one area that I could actually visually tell a difference. And the other area where they did switch something, I can't remember, but there's a, on the ship where you beat the first boss, there used to be a chest in that certain specific area in the back, and a lot of people were missing it, so they moved it to another area, but they forgot to remove the shadow. I thought that's hilarious. But it seems like a lot of these things are rushed lately. Every game that's came out has been the online multiplayer just god awful.
Oh yeah, Destiny being one of them. God.
Destiny, the worst case so far was the Halo Master Chief Collector's Edition.
Oh yeah, that.
I was so happy to relive my old Halo days, especially Halo 2, and then the online multiplayer took them, I think, like 2 or 3 months to actually figure that out. Even the new Payday that just came out, everything's, I mean, they can't seem to get their online functions figured out. But,
Yeah, no, I mean, now they're just porting Final Fantasy VII. Although that's exciting, I mean, you would think that they would just want to port all the Final Fantasy VIIs, but I don't know if Nintendo owns the rights to the first few or not. Not sure if they do.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII hype.
Yeah,
I'll believe it when it happens. Once it happens, then...
The game I really want to see released is like, what is it, like Six Nights in Fallujah or something like that. It was never released. 6 Nights. It was a war game based in Iraq. 6 Nights in. Yep, 6 Nights in Fallujah. It was a war game set to be released in 2009, and they got a lot of protest, and it's based off the Second Battle of Fallujah in 2004, and it just has been. It hasn't been released yet, but it can still be released. They have it's pretty much all finished, but.
Yeah.
I just can't really.
Yeah, I never heard about it.
It was canceled in 2009, but.
Yeah. So, okay. On a level of difficulty, would you say today's games are harder than they used to be?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say definitely.
Very.
So you think they're harder now today than they used to be back then?
Right, and that's kind of the buzzkill for it for me, because, I mean, not that I want a simple time, it's just some of these games today are so hard that it kind of draws the fun out of it.
Yeah. Have either of you played Bloodborne?
No.
Don't. Okay, look, there's challenging hard, Bloodborne. There's challenging hard, and then there's just like annoying as hell hard, and that's what Bloodborne is. It's very hard and not very rewarding. So that's honestly the hardest game I've actually played. But I find myself actually having a harder time at some of the older games. Not because of the level of difficulty, the fact that the controls weren't as responsive. Like, I'm sitting there playing Ren and Stimpy, for example, and I can't even get past the first level. Like those freaking giraffes that slam their head down because they're carnivorous giraffes. I don't even know. But like, just things aren't as responsive. I actually have a hard time getting through that. I can't even beat any of the levels on Jurassic Park 2.
See, the thing about like the hard games on the older systems like NES is they'll be hard as hell. You'll spend hours and hours just for a horrible ending where it's just like congratulations, you know, your broken English, your credits, and a screen of congratulations. No real fulfillment to it at all.
Yeah.
I think today's games, like, it was a lot better back then because you didn't have social media and all that. So when you beat something like that, you know, you'd go to school, you'd brag about it to your friends in person and all that. Now everything's done online. Now you got walkthroughs. Now you got all these cheats that are readily available. It's completely different from what it was experience what it was back then.
Yeah.
So when you actually beat something hard, you got bragging rights because not everybody had already done it.
And now everyone where I go to school is just bragging about what they did in the sports games. But sports games, really, all they are remodded every year. They just go back to the previous year and remod it. That's the only difference.
I don't play any sports games.
I don't even know why they.
Comes out like every January.
I know, and it's annoying. I mean, I had like Madden 2003 when I was like 9 or something like that, and I would sometimes play it. But I mean, the NFL Street Series that one's actually pretty good. Where it was a GameCube one. It's actually pretty good. It's not really sports. Well, it is sports, but it's not like they don't have. I mean, they have some of the old ones, but they don't have like actual players and stuff. That's what makes it unique from other sport. And the rules can be bent a little.
Yeah.
One of my favorite sports games is Game Day '98 for the PlayStation. Many hours spent playing that game. I don't even know why. I've never really been into sports in general.
Yeah, I was not really a sports person.
Yeah, I actually like
'99
football. What'd you say, John?
Game Day '99. I played the crap out of that. I mean, that was a great game.
It's all about the game day back then.
Right.
See, I loved Mutant League football. Okay, so I don't even know if you consider it a sports game, but I hate to say this because I hate how much they've milked Mario, terribly milked him, but I can usually get into like the Mario Super Strikers. Mario Tennis is actually one of my favorite games.
Yeah, Mario. I mean, that's good. But I mean, I remember when when Nintendo was the only developer actually utilizing the Wii motion controls to other developers. And this is where I switched on to the PlayStation 3 because it was just turning into a pissing contest for the Wii to see who has the most third-party developer games. And none that good.
The Wii controller, I hate it so much.
Oh yeah, I hated the Wii. I mean, it got boring.
Yeah, well, the thing is what really drives me nuts is when everybody says, like, Nintendo and the Wii is completely responsible for, motion technology and stuff like that. But the funny thing is that
PlayStation 2 had it. The PlayStation 2 had it. Something else.
But the thing is like, the company who actually came up with that technology is the first one to innovate that. The thing is that they went to Microsoft, they went to PlayStation, both of which told them that it would not work in gaming. Then they went to Nintendo, and Nintendo utilized it, but they did not come up with it. So it wasn't the innovative Nintendo. So that always drove me nuts, more or less.
Yeah.
But,
I'm too damn lazy for that motion control shit.
Oh yeah, the I don't know, like the nunchuck and the Wii stick. That's actually why I don't play some of the Mario parties, because I can't stand using that.
Only Mario Party 8 was the last good one. And then now you have to have the amiibos for it, and it's
amiibos.
I like amiibos, but they're only good for Smash. They shouldn't really be utilized for other ones.
Yeah, well, that's what Nintendo's been doing. They've been milking it ever since the amiibos were a big thing. Then they start doing the World of Nintendo stuff and making everything limited, releasing a gold and silver Mario like that.
I have the silver Mario, but
see, like stuff like that, it aggravates me as a company, because the thing is when they keep releasing stuff in limited quantity, they're making it so easy for people who scalp that stuff. When they're only releasing 5 per store, they're easily letting someone go in and make triple off their product. Like,
but Toys R Us only allows one amiibo per person, or something like that.
That's when usually these people will bring 5 of their friends.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. I myself, like, if I saw that happening, and I knew that my own, like, if I had something and I knew my fans were being gouged, were being
Yeah.
preyed upon by people, I would do something about it. I wouldn't keep making limited this, limited that, and fueling
But I mean,
amiibo
that's like a
craze.
lot of other. That's not even exclusive to video games. I mean, that's exclusive to card games like Magic the Gathering and all that. You'll have people scouting. It's in every hobby, really.
Yeah,
It's. I mean, it's huge in coin collecting. Yeah, I'm big in coin collecting when I'm not video gaming.
Mhm.
That's huge as well. You'll have like when a rare coin with only X amount of mintage is right, you'll have someone buy. You'll pay people to stand in line for you.
Yeah, see, that drives me nuts.
That's in
Well,
everything, every hobby possible.
yeah.
That's just not exclusive to video gaming. Although it's more prevalent, I think it's more prevalent in video gaming than it is in any other hobby because video gaming makes a bigger deal out of it.
Yeah. I think it's easier for people more or less to
Yeah.
do stuff in this hobby. I think it's way easier because it's easier to find video games here and there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if there was a business in lawnmowers and what do they call it, weed whackers, I'd be rich as hell
Yep.
all the time, yard stuff. But yeah, I'm surprised you guys find games harder now than they used to be.
I mean, Call of Duty. The campaign was like kind of difficult, and then hardcore team deathmatch. You just had people who would jump in front of you on purpose on your own team, then you would end up killing them. And
Yeah, I never played Call of Duty.
I was playing Black Ops 2, and then I heard Ghost was coming out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go buy Ghost, and then I heard after Christmas, and then I heard that Ghost was horrible, and I haven't played Call of Duty since. I've heard it's deteriorated pretty much.
Pretty much just like sports games. Every new iteration's just slightly different.
Well, I think Treyarch is actually making the next one. I think Treyarch was back when Call of Duty was good. But here's the thing is, I would literally only buy that for zombies. That's it. Because the online mode, okay, here's something that really pisses me off, and it has to do with the topic, is that whenever games started introducing matchmaking where you no longer play with people of your level, it drives me insane. Call of Duty, for example, why I can never get into it, because I'm here level 1 with all default equipment, it all sucks, going up against this, like, dude that never leaves his house, playing this, he's like prestige 10 times, has everything unlocked, like, it's not fair. I don't get anything special for killing these people. Like, something that always, when Halo started doing that, that's when I fell out of Halo matchmaking. Yeah, I haven't seen an actual game incorporate level-to-level matchmaking in a long time, actually. Makes me sad.
I have every Call of Duty game. I only play multiplayer. I just it's the competition is what I like, and I haven't played half the campaigns. I mean, it's just the.
See, I heard it was good for the campaigns, or maybe I'm thinking of Modern Warfare. Those are two different things, aren't they?
Yeah. I always loved the campaigns. The campaigns that you would go and play online afterwards would give it you would get a full experience out of the game. That's what I used to do.
Yeah, because I know, I'm pretty sure I played through Modern Warfare, and one thing I did love about their storytelling is how they make you really care for a character, and then they just kill him.
Yeah. And I remember Modern Warfare pretty much made what Call of Duty is today. Beforehand, I heard that the staff was just horrendous at it, that they fired the original gaming staff because they were just horrendous at making it, and they pretty much reintroduced the series with Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Well, that was the last one I played.
The last one I played was Black Ops 2.
Last one I played was Modern Warfare 2.
I got all of them on PS3. I got advanced on PC, so I'm deciding on whether I want to get the new one. I'm going to get it. I'm just going to get it. That's what I like. But
I like Battlefield better because you can get away with so many things in Battlefield's multiplayer. They have such an open air multiplayer. Like I do jihad. So what I do is take a plane and fly into random people, and I don't even get kicked out. If I were to do that in Call of Duty, I would have been kicked out ASAP.
I didn't even know you could do vehicles in Call of Duty.
No, you couldn't. But if they had vehicles in Call of Duty,
Right.
I'm sure everyone would. I'm sure I'd be kicked out ASAP.
Yeah.
I never got into Battlefield.
It's
too big. Like, I'm always running. You know, I like to go in. I like to shoot somebody, and that's.
That is
Battlefield
a big
is
difference.
more of a challenge. Like the campaign is more of a challenge than Call of Duty.
Right. I totally agree. Yeah.
And that's what I like about Battlefield. You know, it doesn't go out of its way to make itself like some cocky series like Call of Duty has. Like, you know, we're partnered with Mountain Dew. We're the best series ever. That's what Call of Duty did. And then the Mountain Dew name got rated by 4chan to Hitler did nothing wrong, and then Call of Duty had to shut down the contest.
Oh my god.
It was horrible.
That's awesome.
I mean, Twitch, the website Twitch is practically under 4chan rule.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny at times, though.
That's why I never want to stream on Twitch, just because.
Oh my god, the swatting they do. People get swatted all the time. It's horrible.
People troll real bad on Twitch.
You're streaming on Twitch.
What do? People just come in and start spamming?
I guess some really good hackers get a hold of their address, and then you'll hear like, "Please get on the ground."
Yeah, they call the cops and pretty much say, I got a gun, this is where I live, I got hostages, and then you get this.
Oh, yeah. One kid got I think 23 years or something like that, using him as an example.
Yeah.
And then they get a lot of these little kids that streamed delete System 32 from the computer, which pretty much kills Windows.
Kids are like.
I think I know what you're talking about. Is that where they act like there's
Well, the thing is, with those kids, some of those kids are under 12, which is illegal. Actually, you have to be 13 or older to technically have an account on anything. So I'm surprised these kids aren't getting yelled at or by the police when they do get it.
I'm sure they are.
I've never been on Twitch. I've never done it or messed with it.
Yeah, it's this site where you can stream and let people watch you play games. I never could get into that.
I only go on. There's this person named an M60 for Jesus, and he's so arrogant. Like he thinks you try to correct him on something, he has a call-in and stuff. It's not even about watching him game. It's just pretty much pissing him off. And that's what I just do. I just piss. I'm with a bunch of other people that just go in there and piss them off. So.
There's only one person I really watch on Twitch, and that'd be Seth Bling with his tool-assisted runs and glitching out Super Mario World for end credits in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do draw for, Mike?
Added a draw. I don't get it. I don't get how Google Plus works. I mean,
just
Oh, you just draw random things.
yeah. Pretty much. Continue what you were saying.
What was I saying? Jeez, I lost it. Oh, Twitch, yeah, but I mean, M60, yeah, no, he's just so arrogant that it's not even about him gaming. It's just about trying to get him to rage quit. Which he's done a few times. I mean, one time, he has a call-in, and people abuse that to the core. I mean, there's been times where he's just hit the camera, hit his game, and he's just quit. It's just so fun.
What he did, just go on his chat and just
Yep.
spam him.
Oh, yeah. That's what other people do. And then you have to be subscribed. And then he has this, whenever someone subscribes, he plays this, Indian song from called Superstar. I can't even, you don't even understand half of it. And then people just say, ISIS confirmed. ISIS.
What the hell? he gets away with it, I guess. Even if people are trolling him, he still gets the views.
Yeah, he still gets money off of that. I mean, people donate. He still has his loyal fans that people donate.
It's ridiculous. The only thing I can, anytime I watch any type of, listen to any type of podcast or any type of game playing like that, they have to have a very humorous personality.
Danger Dolan is another good one, but
Is that guy who does the animations?
no, he's a YouTuber. He does top 10 list on video games and just anything else. So he's Australian and stuff. So
Yeah, is it the guy that has like the little like black caricature? Can't say that word. Yellow background, talks really fast. I think it's somebody else.
yeah, I
I think
think
I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, he has a duck as his logo.
he kind of has his own logo. That's the thing. Yeah. So. It's hard to describe his logo because he customized it himself. It kind of has a mustache.
Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this thing. Like I was
Yeah,
last time.
he's also a pretty good streamer. Although he streams when I'm sleeping because Australia is on different time zones. That's the issue. But I also find it funny how watered down Australia does their games.
Danger Dolan. From Why We Get a Running.
Yeah, that was Danger Dolan. But yeah,
What is that? Where is that coming from?
I don't even know. That's not my computer. Hopefully not.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I think, we're having some trouble getting some people in. Is that what's going on, Greg?
Yeah, where is everybody?
It looks like Rachel's trying to get in, Jason's trying to get in, Martin's trying to get in.
Oh, okay.
That's the.
But yeah, no, Danger Dolan has a lot of expression in his live streams. That's why I watch it. So.
What the hell?
That's me with 1,000 tabs open.
Yeah, I see the website.
But yeah. But anyways, it's just so fun just to see how watered down Australia does it. Like they censor anything. I mean, I think they've banned the most movies next after Malaysia. I think Malaysia has banned the most movies in the world, but I think Australia tails it.
Do they have terrible censorship?
Oh, they have horrible censorship. I mean, blood doesn't show up in Call of Duty, swearing doesn't show up. That's why there's a huge black market for it.
Oh my god. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe I don't understand why that's even a thing anywhere, honestly.
I mean, in New Zealand, New Zealand and Australia are one zone. Like whenever game companies are distributing it, so New Zealand gets the bottom half of it.
Yeah.
It's really sucked to be New Zealand because they don't have strict censorship laws, but
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I've never been to New Zealand.
yeah, no. I mean, I've heard they've scared away their industry just to go back to an agricultural type of economy, but that's a topic for another day. But they've only banned movies. They've banned. I'm just looking at movies. They've banned Cannibal Holocaust, Mad Max, Puny Pommy, Hostel Part 2, Vest Dis Now, and I Spit on Your Grave. Megan is Missing, Human Centipede, and Maniac.
No, they're not missing much of Human Centipede.
No, not really. They've made the third one's the final one, but they go all out on it. The director's in it and all that. But yeah, I'm trying to think. But what Australians complain about, right now it's snowing in Australia, and they're hitting the panic button and everything. All I have to say is please, welcome to Ohio.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
my backyard got flooded twice last week.
yeah, and then I'm trying to think, and then politically, politics is very funny over there compared to the U.S.
Oh, hey, somebody's in. Who's that? Hugh?
It was Hugh. Yeah, I don't.
Who's that? Who's Hugh? You hear me?
Halfly.
Halfley. Oh, hey.
Hugh, I don't really. Hugh.
Or
I don't know.
Shane Halfley?
Yeah.
Okay. That's Hugh.
You got to remind me here. Which one are you? I don't really. No, Hugh. Well, I'm searching for you. I don't really. Did you see Jeremy? Did you see that Jeremy guy who bidded on that lot and the seller?
Yes.
Check the ratings first. I mean, on an eBay seller.
Right. I was greedy. I wanted it. It was $1.74 a game.
170 whole lots, and yeah, I would really be calling eBay here.
Apparently, he's getting a refund.
I already got it. I got it today at 3 o'clock. But it's the fact. I wanted the games. I mean, it's just
Right. That's a lot of games.
$1.74 game chip. I mean, that's beautiful.
But they're all imports from Japan, and the thing is, Japanese ones. Ironically have a Japanese N64 cartridge right here. They're different from the U.S. ones. They in size and stuff, they have different backs to the U.S.
Oh yeah, I'm full aware of that. Yeah.
I don't know if Jeremy had a Japanese N64 or a modded North American N64. There's a guy on eBay who sells modded editions, but either way, you wouldn't have been able to play them unless you had a Japanese 64.
No, I know all about that. I got.
Oh yeah, and then you could take off the backs of the Japanese N64, and that's just about it.
I think I need
That would
to.
have been good trade bait.
Although I find Sin and Punishment, that's a funny one. When they released it onto the U.S. Wii market, they didn't care to translate. Like they dubbed it, but they didn't put like the subtitles on. They left the subtitles in Japanese. Like why?
See, I can't even get into import because I don't know. I have to be able to read what's going on. Unless
Well,
they
no,
have
but I mean this
translation.
one was put onto the U.S. It was dubbed. They had it dubbed in English, but they forgot to take off the Japanese subs.
Oh.
Yeah, whoops. Like, couldn't you have just taken the time just to do that? That's what I want to.
We're having too much fun with that stuff, Mike.
What's that truck? There's a truck game. It was released in 2006. It's so glitchy. What is
Mother
it?
trucker, or something like that.
Yes. Apparently, what happened was they shipped and that's why it says your win at the end. Probably because the Ukrainians didn't even know how to speak English for the most part.
Jason joined us now.
Jason.
Am I coming through at all? Is the audio working?
Yep, I can hear you, Jason.
Ah, cool.
Jason Hardigan, right?
That sound? Yep.
Not sure if I got your name right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Jason.
Yeah, I think Rachel was still having some trouble logging in when I got the new link. I don't know if she made it.
So the new link worked? It's weird.
New link worked for me, the old one.
Hmm.
The link Mike posted worked for me.
It's weird. Yeah, the second link is actually the same as the first link. I figured I'd give it a try. Turns out I'll take it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. No. I think, okay, so we first started out on topic. We've gone way off topic, which is fine.
Oh yeah. But
Well, what?
Video games today versus video games the older times.
Yeah, they Greg and Grant over here seem to think that video
They
games are harder now than they used to be.
They are, though. That's the thing.
I'll say that they take a lot longer. Like it used to be, I
Yeah.
could just throw in Circus
Well,
Atari or Dragster and play
the
it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, the cartridges, they can't hold, I mean, they can't hold anywhere near as much as data as anything today, but it makes sense on why they had to be really hard back then, because if you could beat it within a matter of minutes, there was no point in paying the retail amount for it. So I guess since they couldn't have a very long, drawn-out story, they couldn't have a 60-hour gameplay or whatever, they just had to make their games more challenging. But then again, like I said, like for example, I was trying to do that Mario challenge, and I really hate the fact that it's like he's running with ice shoes. Like I'm slipping everywhere on freaking concrete blocks. That's like my biggest problem with Mario, and why I can't beat it is because I constantly get too close to that damn edge and I always slide right off.
The thing is with Mario, I've been playing. I was 4. This was about like 2001. My mom comes home from a garage sale with Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart, and I've been stuck on my brother and I have been trying to beat Mario 64 since 2001.
No way.
Well,
It starts in that in middle school.
I started that when I was 4, and I still have not beat it. And I'm going to be a senior in high school. That's the sad part.
jeez.
Jeez, yeah, it's taking me a while.
Hey, I'm still trying to beat Toe Jam and Earl.
But the concept of the Nintendo 64 was given to my brother, my sister, and me from a gift from our grandmother. But no, it's gone to my brother now. It's somehow majestically his.
That's frustrating.
There's
Actually, yeah, a buddy of mine I'm trying to get into the actual hobby. Just got him a Sub PS2 and a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So expensive. Actually, you know what? Okay, has the price of the PlayStation 2 Slim, I see it at some places being like $80.
I only saw PlayStations going for 20 or 40. The most I saw was the silver one going for 70 on eBay. That's actually not a lot compared to it.
That's for the PS2 Slim?
Yeah, PS2 Slim.
Yeah, slim.
That's too much money for me, honestly. I wouldn't pay
Yeah,
something.
you know, okay, I've
Yeah.
gotten 2 of them. My first one I got for $20. My second one I got for $35. And I would pay no more than that, but I see some of the retail stores trying to get like $80 off of them. And they're not that hard to find.
No.
They were at Top Goodwill for like the last 2 years, and I never paid more than $11 a piece, and I think I had over 30 at one time before they ran that $37 trade-in at GameStop.
I'm trying to think. I bought my PlayStation 1 at a garage sale for $5 in 2011, and it's the older one. It's not the Slim, and it still works.
And they're still only worth $5.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
I know, I like this Slim.
3 PlayStation 1s. I think I paid around $5 for all 3 of them. Only one works.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean,
My local Exchange, the video game store, the Exchange, they have a complete box original PlayStation 2, like never opened. But they only want like 70 for it, so that's not bad.
it's not too bad.
But I'm never getting these. I heard someone online bought a game from the Exchange, a Pokemon game, and it turned out to be a bootleg, and they paid $50 for it.
See,
I
one
was down in
games back
Cincy, and
the hand.
CD Exchange had quite a few Game Boy Advance fakes.
Who did?
It was CD Traders down in Cincy.
Oh yeah, I would imagine.
I think we actually had a member that tried to sell a couple bootlegs on. Pretty sure we got rid of him.
Yeah, it was Jesse. Jesse won.
Right.
guy in Kentucky.
Them Kentucky
Yeah.
folks were causing the page trouble, so
It was absolutely
I
ridiculous.
noticed that. Like,
Yeah, that's one thing I also liked about games back then is like the handheld market was a lot better. You actually had competing companies. Now what is it? Just DS pretty much, 3DS. I mean,
Yeah,
Come on.
Nintendo has the handheld market. That's why the
I mean,
P.
it's always been Nintendo has always dominated that though. That's
Yeah.
the
They don't have the console market. They have the handheld market completely. The PS Vita, PlayStation 4 pretty much said that they had no intentions on furthering doing anything with them. It's just going to become a
they technically
accessory.
discontinued.
the
They
Vita is
technically
considered
discontinued
a
the
legacy
PlayStation
device.
Vita.
What?
They technically discontinued the PlayStation Vita.
Yeah, they discontinued it. It's not considered a legacy device.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, Nintendo has always ruled the handheld market. I mean,
They always will, but here's the issue I have.
Like, that was awesome.
the issue I have with an iPhone is a Nintendo DS, a 3DS can do better audio recording than an iPhone. That's the issue. That just tells you Apple's bad.
Jason, say something.
And it,
Yeah, you go silent, Jason, after like the
Yeah,
first. All I heard
you
was
cut
the
out.
end.
I feel bad.
oh,
'cause he's trying
I
to
said
say
and it takes 3D photos.
I still kind of,
he
Got
didn't
them
teach
Obama's internet.
phones. All right, try one more time.
All right, am I good?
There
yeah.
you go. All right. What were you saying?
I don't know what we're saying.
Well, I was gonna say the main issue that I have with my DS is, I mean, as you can tell, I wasn't always a big Nintendo fan. Still not really am, but I finally got a 3DS, and there's so many games, and none of them seem worth it outside of Fire Emblem, any type of game that's in that genre, but those seem to be so few. But it's like, I don't know. But they can, I guess they can do like stuff like that because there's nobody else in the market for handheld, so they can have all that crazy third-party games that are.
I know.
You don't
That's
like
what-
Nintendo?
It's so fun. You had all those crazy third-party games.
Yeah. You know, they had, like they do have a lot of third-party games, but that doesn't make the majority of them quality. The issue that I always find is that if it's not Mario, if it's not Sonic, if it's not Monster Hunter, it's typically a game meant for someone 10 and under.
I mean, Pokemon's fun.
Oh yeah, I forgot Pokemon.
There's a huge.
Well, you know how I feel about that with the whole keychain Pokemon and waiting for there to be
The
like a
thing
new
with
Pokemon.
what I used to play Lego games, but now I'm surprised. I mean, I still somewhat do. But what they've been able to do now with the 3D, since the 3DS has come out, what happened was Lego games, when they were released on the handheld, they would have their own levels. They would be different from all the other ones. With the 3DS, they're able to port the exact same ones onto that were ported onto the console onto the 3DS, so they don't have to change it.
Well, you know what blows my mind is that it took the 3DS, the most newest generation 3DS, to actually put in a C-stick. So
Yeah.
it blows my mind that it took them that long to figure in that the majority of their like, if they planned on remaking all these Nintendo games and doing stuff like
Lag.
that.
The DS had that add-on.
Yeah.
They had a C-stick add-on
Yeah,
Yep.
outside of the newest version.
just the regular DS. Yeah,
That's weird. What you do? Plug it into the back or something?
yeah.
That's weird.
A lot of games didn't support it though.
Huh.
Yep.
Oh,
But, I mean, I'm surprised they finally ported Super Smash Brothers onto the DS. Because of the fact, I mean, it's been a popular series. You would think that they wouldn't have been able to do that, but it's just taking them that long to finally do it.
yeah. The newest Smash Bros. Though has no story, which kind of bothers me. The thing I actually liked about the
The
brawl
story.
Yeah, I like that.
was the campaign.
But this thing was I can't think of the creator who did it. He was having some he only could do it with one arm because he had a shoulder issue or something like that where he could only do it with one arm. They kind of announced it. The thing was, it was supposed to end on Brawl, and they didn't. They kind of announced this one without him really knowing it until
Yeah.
E3. And then he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I have to do another one." Pretty much
Yeah,
how
there
it
was actually a big theory behind the Master Hand and Crazy Hand. I
Yeah,
can't
the whole
remember.
mastery.
That would kind of make sense with that whole theory. I don't know who the developer is either. I really don't
Yeah, they're all
follow it.
Japanese names.
I just got a whole culture shock when I found out that Martha's a girl.
I always thought this was all. When I was younger, I always thought all the things was coming out of China, and I was kind of culture shocked when I found out when I was 8 it was all Japan. Yeah, major culture shock there. But
Yeah.
Well, since you mentioned girls, who do you guys play as when you play a game? Do you choose like a male or female avatar?
fail.
I always choose a male.
I always.
Not a weirdo.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Wait, what was that, Greg?
I choose female.
I'll be right back.
Wave race is female.
I knew it, Greg. I always think it's funny. That's one thing that drove me nuts. Have any of you guys played Type 0 Final Fantasy?
Played what?
No.
Type 0 for Final Fantasy? Type O.
Nope.
Well,
I
either way, they give the skinniest, scrawniest girl on your team the mace that probably weighs more than her. Okay, you have like 14 people that you have to manage and level up and stuff like that. They all have a different weapon, and they choose to give the girl with no muscle mass whatsoever the biggest mace in the game. And when you play her, she's the worst character to play because she's literally throwing that thing around with all of her might, and it's like, I don't know, it's god awful. That game's not.
It has ever been realistic in body weight versus weapon weight category.
Yeah, like, I don't know, that goes on to the whole subject of how you got dudes wearing full clad armor, then you got the female characters wearing close to nothing.
Right?
But that all comes from Japan.
90% of their body is still showing.
Yeah. Though, if you think about it, if you were in battle, if you wanted, what's the word? Attraction or deception, what have you, to actually help you out, sure, that makes sense, but if you're not wearing any type of armor whatsoever, it doesn't matter how cute you look, you're gonna die.
I always thought the female characters played better and were more, how do I say it? They were more interesting. They did more moves than
Right,
a lot
I
of the male characters.
In my opinion, that
You
goes
know.
all the way back to like Resident Evil for PS1. I mean, Jill's game was so much more involved than I think Chris's was.
Yeah.
What game were we talking about?
Resident Evil PlayStation 1.
What game? I'm
Resident
sorry. Resident Evil? Nah. That series. That's a series. I've never played it.
Really?
I just wish Sega would continue to port arcade-only games onto systems. House of Dead 2 was a good one.
I loved
What
House.
was it?
Got on the Wii.
Oh, House
I know,
of
but it
Dead.
originally came out on the Dreamcast.
And the Xbox at the same time.
What? No, House of Dead 2? No, that was Dreamcast only. House of Dead 2.
Literally the worst thing.
I just liked it. I just liked it because I played it at I was waiting for a movie to start, and it was just a very fun game that I was playing while I was waiting for the movie to start, and yeah.
I've got a pirated copy that I play with my buddies when they show up. Voice acting in that game was terrible. They should feel bad.
It was the 90s, though.
That was actually the best part, I thought.
Suffer like G did?
I liked how cheesy it was.
That's what made it fun.
I still think Resident Evil's voice acting was worse, though.
I'd say actually, God, what was that game? It was the Halo, I think, ODST, where the female character had like the mandible jaw. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Yeah, the main character just had a really ridiculous looking jaw. I don't know how to get the stuff off my face. I'm just gonna leave it there.
I very rarely ever play my 360.
Yeah, my brother has his own Xbox 360. He used to let me play Halo, and I haven't played it since 2010.
Hey, Jason, weren't you saying something at the flea market the one day about this?
About what?
Wave Race for Game Boy?
Yeah, is it any good? Because I loved Wave Race on the 64.
Oh, man, I don't know. I haven't actually played it. It came with Game Boy I bought a long time ago. I haven't even played it yet.
Did you ever play Splashdown on the Xbox?
SmackDown?
Yeah, Splashdown.
Oh, Splashdown? No.
Oh, that was another awesome jet ski game.
Speaking of good flea market finds, I got a Sega Dreamcast demo for 75 cents, and it still works. It was a series of demos. And then I got a Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo for $5 at a flea market.
Nice. I can't find anything ever. Though I don't look as much as I should. Yeah.
I probably
Well,
don't
comes down to
pick
that.
my places. I live out in the boonies, so like I don't like driving an hour just for the attempt at getting something.
Yeah.
Within a half-hour drive.
Oh yeah, I just go the flea market I go to. I only have to drive 15 minutes. It's at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. It's a very fun one.
Yeah, about that one. Brad gets all the good stuff from that one usually.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to go to any flea markets when you know Brad's going to be there a half hour before you get there.
Brad, never heard of him.
Actually, he's a really good guy, but yeah, he hits everything the day before because he's a vendor.
Yeah, he's a vendor, so there are a few.
Yeah, I've heard good things about
The
it.
thing with the Brea flea market is the thing with the Brea flea market is they only allow vendors in the day of, so you're gonna have a harder time.
It's Brad, the guy that said this fad will never die.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Most people die when all the people
It's not
die.
gonna die, but it's not ever gonna be this popular ever again.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, I mean, we're all
He's a seller, so.
except for Grant.
Wait, what are we all?
I said we're all in the age of which we are trying to relive our childhood.
I am. I had to pay $20 for Pokemon Diamond on eBay.
Yeah, that's the thing. If the fad dies, prices are gonna drop. Let it happen.
I don't know,
I mean,
man. I look at vintage computing though, and the people that grew up in with those computers in the 70s aren't giving up those computers. I mean, you see an Atari 600 or an old Apple II, man. People aren't giving those away, and you know.
Yeah, I think once people.
I grew up with the Nintendo 64. I'm never giving any of that away. Although my brother almost traded my Nintendo 64 with Conker's Bad Fur Day for an Xbox One. He almost.
That would have actually been a good trade.
That would have been a great trade.
I would have killed him. I would have had to kill him. He traded away my freaking childhood for an Xbox One Day and Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Those are all replaceable, though. Those are fairly common, especially this console. The console's common.
Yeah.
Yeah, Conquerors wasn't rare.
It's just the only game of its type, which is great. I really wish they would remake something similar.
Oh yeah,
I was a fan of Live and Reloaded. I loved the multiplayer. I thought it was
doing
hilarious.
you're doing Rare Replay, which is Xbox One exclusive.
Yeah.
Instead
I
of
want-
Battletoads.
I want a new Jet Set Radio Future. I want a new
Xbox-
Conkers.
I want Sega to come back into the market. I've heard rumors that they are, but
Yeah, they might be coming out. There's a Kickstarter for the Dreamcast 2, which it's made to order. They're not like pumping them out then dispersing them. They're going to be made to order, and Sega's going to have its own online downloadable content where you'll have this Dreamcast 2. Access to everything Sega, and independent developers will also be able to make games for the system. But that's just
You mean the food?
but is that by Sega or is that by a fan?
I think it's by Sega. I haven't looked into it too much. I just know the functionality of what they plan on doing with it.
Sounds
But
just
they're a rich company. I don't get why they would need a Kickstarter.
Sega, they dropped out. I mean, they dropped out of the console market a long time ago. They would have to know that there's interest, more or less.
Yeah. They could still
I would get it. I love Sega. I would get it.
Oh yeah, I would
Sony
get
did that Kickstarter though.
a Dreamcast, the new one. Or if they or no, I have a Dreamcast. I would get the second one or a new Sega system altogether.
I'd be happy with the new Sega system. But, you know, they, like I said, they were very innovative, but I don't know exactly what they could innovate at this point. I think everything's been done outside of, well, 3D is actually the Oculus, what's it called? Anybody know Oculus or something like that? Rift. Oculus Rift. You know, eventually that kind of be incorporated into gaming, but I don't think there's much more. The innovative ideas, I think, are soon to pass, be no more.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Nintendo to drop out of the console market and become a
They won't.
developer. I hope they do.
That's
All right.
the thing.
I know. I think honestly I think they would be way better off actually just being an independent developer.
They still
But
have
their consoles are crap.
The Wii U.
I mean, the Wii U is okay. It's not the best, granted.
Yeah, like that big clunky controller, not a fan. The motion to have you guys played Splatoons where it tries to make you like aim with your.
Splatoon is crack. It's
It is,
digital
yeah.
crack is what it is.
Actually, you know what? I don't mind that game. I wish it was like something else.
I love
But
it.
Here's the thing. A lot of people hate me for saying this, but I feel like the Zelda series would be in way better hands if given to another developer.
I mean, Wind Waker was good, but I think now the Zelda games are just a pissing contest.
Well, Skyward Sword, I couldn't get past the first 10 minutes because it was so damn childish. I was like, this
I
looks
just can't wait.
childish.
I'm just interested to see how Zelda Wii U will come.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's the thing. Shadow of Colossus, for example. It's not a childish game. It's a very serious, straightforward game. The visuals for the time were beautiful. It was open world. It was great. Now, I personally feel that Zelda could be a way more serious timeline. It did actually have a darker version. The reason why I say that because my favorite Zelda game is actually Twilight Princess because of the darker storyline, and it's not even that dark. It's just a little dark, which I guess is the reason why I like it more than all the other ones. But usually when I say that, people freak out and they're like, yeah. But graphically, it would definitely improve.
Oh yeah.
What's your guys' thought on that? I always like to hear everybody else's opinion.
On Zelda, I haven't really been a big fan of Zelda. I mean, I played Wind Waker.
Yeah, see, that's the most cartoony of them all, honestly. I couldn't even get into it because of that reason.
It was fun. I used to play when I was younger, so I was like, okay, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
I like Majora's Mask.
Yeah, Majora's Mask is good.
Yeah, that one looks good. I'll probably buy it for the 3DS.
I mean, that one itself is kind of dark.
Yeah, if you think of, like, okay, there's a couple theories that suggest it's very dark.
Oh yeah.
But then you got the creator, like the developers saying that no, that theory isn't correct. They should just be like, yeah, that's what it is because it's way cooler than the example that they gave. Terminus being, I can't even think of what that was called. But yeah, if Zelda got a graphical upgrade, more of a storyline, way more of a storyline, better functionality controls, like just overall, hell, take Dark Souls for example, just being able to do so much more, raising your shield simultaneously, not having to work around this big, clunky, terrible controller. One can only dream. Hell, give it to Square Enix, they would freaking... They'd make a dark Zelda game.
Yeah.
Be all for them. I'm telling you though, this Final Fantasy VII thing, I'll believe it once it happens. Not before. Any time before. I've been waiting for the Final Fantasy VII remake since they freaking announced the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to be... I'm kind of anticipating it, but I'm not going to really be able to play it because I don't have any intentions of buying a next-gen console.
No.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
I only bought a Wii U because I couldn't afford PSN every month. I didn't want to pay for PSN.
Yeah, that was a weird move for PlayStation actually starting their...
That's because Sony was about ready to go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah, my computer will do everything next gen, so well, I'm good.
My computer won't.
Did you do the Final Fantasy X remake?
I got it. Actually, I haven't dove into it yet. It doesn't look like it's too much of a graphical increase. Like, I couldn't really see... I don't know. In the cutscenes, yeah, I did see it, but during the regular gameplay, where I would rather it be, I haven't really seen anything too crazy. Actually, I picked it up. I still have it sealed. I haven't. I got like my disc-only copy, and I have the sealed copy because I don't know. One day it might be sought after.
Oh yeah.
One day. Here's the thing that
This is the hype, right?
yeah. Well, the thing is I don't think the next gen games. I don't think they're gonna retain their value. Like, especially the systems. I don't think the systems are as durable as they were back then. 20 years from now, I don't think an Xbox One will still do what it's supposed to, honestly.
No.
Especially when you had the real bad Red Ring of Death with the Xbox 360.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They were having that 3 months in which after they got the system, So I don't see anything 360 and up actually sticking around. DS, like these, they don't. I don't know. Mine personally doesn't seem like the little joint in which it flips out. Doesn't seem like that's gonna last. I don't know. But that's just my opinion. I hope it does. Because I'm holding on to games that I probably will never play again. Freaking, what's that game called? Terrible, god-awful game. Destiny.
Destiny.
That game was like a one-trick horse to me. I played it for like a couple hours, and it's just the same thing over and over.
It's just a copy and paste of Halo.
Yeah, it really was. And the whole farming aspect that you had to keep doing that over and over
That was
lost
a
me
little.
real quick.
Yeah, no, that seemed like a Animal Planet ripoff right there. The farming.
Yeah.
And the thing was, they spent years on Destiny. I'm surprised it failed.
And the people that bought the season passes, they're coming out with a new DLC that's actually the same cost as the retail game. I think it's like $60, and it's not included in the season pass. So a lot of people are actually frustrated about that. So I'm sure that's going to give Bungie a bad name. But what I've come to realize is that people that are completely dedicated to any type of gaming company, they don't waver. They sit there and they get pissed as hell at these companies, but they still buy their products. It's like with these next gen systems, there is no benefit whatsoever to pre-ordering anything. There's no benefit whatsoever of getting day one releases. if anything, if they give you like a booster pack or anything, it's usually only good for the first couple hours of gameplay. After that, you're getting better shit. You know, and on top of that, the stuff when you pre-order it, it usually, if it has online play, doesn't work until a month after, a month and a half after. It depends on the developers.
And then they will release the DLCs onto whatchamacallit. They will release it anyways. I'm trying to think without on an update, so it's nothing fancy. I never bought the DLCs for Call of Duty.
I think the best like games on the 360 were ones that weren't AAA releases.
Yeah.
That was.
I actually I can't stop playing Way of the Samurai. Anybody play that?
Yeah, those were really
Way of
good.
Samurai 3, yeah. Turns out the fourth one is a PlayStation Network exclusive, which sucks. I guess it's only digital only.
Yeah. And now a lot of people are still are just going to PCs and doing that PC Master Race crap.
Well, the issue I'm having with, Steam, for example, there's so many games, but none of them are good, except for the games that are actually on the console. Now, granted, I'm not on there 24/7 looking for good games, so I can be completely biased when it comes to that.
I mean, they have good ones like Victoria 2, Team Fortress 2. Those are ones I play, but I don't do it for hours on end. Although, on the game Victoria 2, I have 210 hours to it.
Shit.
Yeah, it was so addictive.
Well, it seems like the game, on the ratio of good games that actually receive positive feedback to the just money pit games that they try to throw out there is really like 80 to 20% is what I'm noticing. It's like when I'm browsing through, I see this game that looks interesting, then it has like a meta score of like 20 or something, with the majority of it being negative feedback, and most of it is, usual remark is, don't buy this game, it's broken. Nothing of what it says is actually true. And that's like the majority of the games I look at, but I have come across a couple games, Dying Light, DayZ. I actually enjoyed that mod. I think that's it.
Yeah, I want to get Hatred. That looks interesting.
Yeah, I do play League of Legends, but that's not on Steam.
All that is just a remodified World of Warcraft 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's pretty big right now, but no MOBAs themselves are actually getting pretty big.
Everyone wants me to play it. I'm not playing League of Legends. I don't know why.
League of Legends has the worst community ever.
Oh, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Anytime I ever hear anybody talk about that game, I have no idea what they're saying.
Well, so.
What the hell?
Yeah, League of Legends, it's just a top-down
someone's playing
arena-type game. What is that?
God damn.
I think I saw Fallout myself.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just playing.
Really? Nice. Man, I've been wanting to get Castlevania for quite a while, but they're so damn expensive.
Which system?
Let's see, Nintendo. The original, I think, Simon's Quest.
You could get all three for about $50 though.
Not locally. Oh my God, not locally.
Go down go down to where Rachel was. Yeah, they had a bunch of the original Castlevania. You know, I don't know if they had the full set, but their prices were legit. I mean, max.
Are there a lot of gaming stores in Cincinnati?
There's a ton. And number of game stores. I mean, there's several thrift stores and pretty much anything.
How far in Cincy was that?
Let's do that again.
I said, how far in Cincy was that? Like, hour?
Well,
'Cause I went.
she was on the north side, so like the north side, like right where she lived, had arcade gallery. Next to that, they had half-price books. Down the road was 2 pawn shops, and then down the road from that was buybacks. And so that was all within a 10-minute drive of each other alone.
You know, speaking of buybacks, every time I've gone there, I've actually gotten them to lower their asking price by $10 to $12. I know a lot of people will always say that buybacks are like price heavy, but all I do is go in there and say, hey, can you work on this price? And they're like, yeah, I'll take $10 off it. Like, I don't know, because if you're not, then
day, and I got the Mario Dance Dance Revolution like with the mat and everything for 15, but they had Vice for $50. You know, it just didn't seem to make sense why some games were one price and then the others $20 over Amazon.
Yeah. Okay, so all they use is Amazon. From what I've talked to multiple buybacks, all they use is Amazon sold. And then what they do when they price things is they add, I think it's an additional 10 to 15%, actually I think it might be 20%, to adjust for the buy 3, get 1 free. So I always explain, well, if I'm not buying 3 and get that 3rd one, then you can come down on your adjustment on your actual prices because I'm not using that deal. So that's usually when they kind of back off and they're a little bit more reasonable, more or less. But that's just buybacks. We've also had people come into the group and get that. Who was that guy that got something for $2.99?
Mega Man.
Oh my God, that was a fucking disaster.
Then he immediately was trying to sell it for what it's worth. Yeah,
Well,
just
I said, hey, man, I could give you, 100 up front, but if you wait, I could definitely give you closer to fair market value. And he's like, okay, well, I'm not going to sell it, but, when I do, I'll contact you back. And then he just totally, shit on everything.
Yeah.
Was that guy a reseller or something like that?
I don't think so. I think he was just a douche.
Now, what's the difference between an actual video game reseller and the ones who just kind of go and get in it for the money? I mean, that's
exactly what
the
you
biggest
said.
difference. A complete reseller will have no interest in collecting or even playing, but they'll sure be the first to buy everything up so they can resell it for profit.
See, I remember we had a big conversation about that stuff, and that was the biggest issue we had. Like the people we have issues with are the people that have no interest whatsoever in the video game industry. They just want to make quick bucks. Like the common misconception that if somebody says that if you've ever sold a game, you're a reseller. That's not true. Usually most people, I don't know, the term reseller has such a bad taste, but it's not always a bad thing. For example, we got Buzzy on the page. He doesn't push it down people's throats. He's not getting these deals to turn around and flip them. He's helping people out when he can. He is a reseller. He's also a vendor. We also got vendors on the page who are douchebags. They're not shoving their stores down people's throats, and they know the rules that if you post on the page, it's 10% under VGPC and stuff like that. But I don't have a problem with resellers. I have a problem with scalpers. I have a problem with people that don't have any interest. They only want to prey on members, and I don't know. That's a whole freaking thing.
For example, the Jesse Warren guy. We had a member named Jesse Warren, and every post he ever had was for sale, for sale, for sale. And everything he ever posted, the picture of it was literally in his car right after he bought it.
Yeah, that wasn't suspicious at all.
Nope.
And what frustrates me is that if he only planned on flipping that, even if he just left it there, I know that another reseller or a scalper could pick it up after him. But what if I came behind him and I actually had sentimental value? I could have actually got that game for a good deal. I know that's not realistic, but it always does kind of irk me more or less, and that's what gives me.
What's that giant video game? It has that Quack guy or whatever the fuck his name is.
T-Scram.
Yeah, $2,000. I hate. They accuse me of being a reseller, even though I just had a question about reselling video games. I'm like the furthest thing from a reseller.
Dude, the problem with that page, and
They claim that that sports games are the best, are the only ones that people will buy.
what?
That's why all the shelves at game stores are full of sports games.
Yep. And then I'm trying to think what other bullshit they. Well, the thing that got me off, I kicked myself off that page because Quack posted a photo making fun of a customer who paid in coins. I was like, yeah, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah, here's the thing though too is that he's really using that page and his status to actually boost his
Flea market
store.
stand. That he probably,
Yeah, which is that's literally all I see anymore.
he probably only gets like $10,000 a year from that.
Yeah. I mean, overall, and like, what was really annoying, I don't know if you guys, that one dude that was trying to say that we were trying really hard to be T-Scram, I was laughing so hard at that. Like, with, let's see, and once again, you know, I'm not completely bashing this page, but we don't do anything like them whatsoever.
I know.
And I told the guy, I was like, listen, raffles they didn't make it up. It's not just his thing. We're not copying because we've done raffles. We're doing raffles because they asked for them, and it's working out really well. And now, on top of that, we don't do admin fees. We don't triple the value of anything. We do it what the actual value is for. And we don't supposedly donate either. You know,
One lady's problem with that. Like, when people are supposed to give this, like, raffle for free, what the hell was she trying to say?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
No sense.
I didn't get that whatsoever. Like, free raffle.
Yeah, like, what? We could just give away valuable video games for no reason.
Yeah, apparently I was strong-arming people into the raffles. I was like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I just
like, I'm not going to pay off the spots. It's not for me.
I mean, they were helpful at first, and you know, some of the people in there were very nice, and then it just slowly started going into shits. I mean, people. I just had a quick question, and all of a sudden, I was being called a reseller, and I'm like, why?
Dude, people, you come to realize on those, and God, what's his name? Damon Poole posted something on there in which he was saying, "Hey, I messed up. I should have done this," and people were being such jerks to him. You know, and I posted on there, I was like, listen, this is what you could have said in a nice manner. You don't have to be a dick to them. Not everybody on this page has to be a dick to everybody when they ask the question. And that page, with having 8,000 members, it just
It's out of control.
Yeah. But, you know, they only have a certain amount of admins, and they have so many people. I'm sure it's hard to control stuff like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time...
You probably need to be in, like, Quack's Inner Circle to even be an admin on there. That's the thing.
They really don't have enough. They don't really enforce the rules too much either. But once again, they got 8,000 people, or plus, you know, so I can't really...
Although there was a guy who tried braving it and tried to scam Quack.
Really?
Yeah. But this, and then what they did was they just tracked down his address and everything, and found out where the kid lived and all that, and they just called his parents. And they made it, which, you know, I get
I
it.
saw that.
That was a scam, so naturally, yes, I would have to be on Quack's side for that. I mean, that was
yeah, I mean, if that were to happen to any of you guys, we would do that as well.
Yeah.
That
No,
would,
there was nothing wrong with that. They were just trying to get Quack's shit back. Never good to scam.
no, I wouldn't see him doing that for anybody else outside of himself. But, you know, I
He
don't
had
know
he had a lot of people do it for him, gather all the information for him. That's the thing. He didn't really do much.
Yeah.
And,
Not a fan. But, you know, I'm glad we got a smaller, less group.
yeah.
I know there's, I think there's Ohio Video Game Hunters, double our members, but we're getting there.
Wait, Ohio Video Game Hunters, what do they do?
Video Game
Video
Hunter
games.
Ohio.
Like I had said, though, quality over quantity.
Well, and that's the good thing, man. I mean, the good thing about, like, our area is, besides Dama, and I'm going to go visit him here soon, but it's like I've met and know everybody except for, well, Michael Dodds down in Findlay, but from our area, I've met everybody. And so it really helps to like vet, or if you'd have a new member, somebody
Yeah.
to say, okay, I met this guy in person, or we've done deals in person, and you know, it really creates a way to sort of bond, or you know.
It just sucks. I think I'm the only person in the Cleveland area, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure there's more. We do have a lot of lurkers.
But I mean, like, one who actively posts and all that. Crap.
Yeah.
Who isn't a lurker, who is actually just a flat-out collector. I have a feeling I'm the only minority. I'm the only guy from Cleveland, and that kind of makes transactions harder, which sucks.
Yeah.
Nah, but if you were the only collector in Cleveland, you got the whole market to play with.
Yeah. I mean, I do have my video game store in Cleveland, Video Game Connection, that's where I bought the Dreamcast from. That's where I buy my imports from, so can't go wrong there.
You gotta think about it this way, though.
If you ever stop back in, see if they'll hang up a flyer.
Yeah. If you're the only known one in Cleveland, I'm sure there's way more.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
You gotta think about it this way: you get first dibs on yard sales around your area.
Yeah,
Did you
but
guys know that you could actually only have around 2 yard sales per year, or the police can actually shut you down?
oh, well, they don't really enforce crap.
I'm sure they don't enforce that.
No.
Because people use it as a way around of actually obtaining like a business license and stuff like that, because they try to run like a small shop out of their home. Which honestly, I feel like you should be able to do that, but
Yeah, I mean,
Did you guys ever watch Cartridge Crusaders at all?
what the hell is that?
It was like a YouTube series. It was really well produced, but the people were in the Toledo area, so I was always kind of looking for them again. I ran into them a few times, but not lately, so I was kind of hoping to get them on.
Yeah, but I mean, if you could send me a flyer and I can ask, if you could send me a flyer or something, I could next time I'll go there, I'll probably hang it up.
well, I've noticed recently we've actually had a lot of vendors joining the group. I mean,
But
like actual
it was
retail
just
shops.
nice to get. I'm sure I'm not the only collector in the Cleveland area. I'm pretty sure there are other ones. But I mean, I would just kind of like to maybe see who else is out there. You know, that'd be nice to do.
Well, you know, on the website, and you all should go on there. Greg
Yeah, I
actually
thought
got
that was
up
on
there.
construction last I checked.
Yeah, we're actually going to start posting where everybody is local. That way, if you want to have some sort of meetup, hopefully here soon, I'd actually like to get a
That's
live
funny.
meetup going on. But soon, all in the works. But those are things we're going to do with the site. We're actually going to try to do a podcast, stuff like this, like we're doing right now. Just a little bit more to be proactive. Which goes on to my next question. Honestly, does it bother you guys that a lot of our stuff is either pertaining to the raffle, doing stuff like this, the Jeopardy, stuff like that? Does it bother you to see that often?
Not really.
No.
Okay, good. What did you guys think of the Jeopardy? Was it watchable?
I didn't watch it because I have to go and work tomorrow and paint a goddamn ship. I didn't want to do that.
Nice.
And then I got to see rich people dock their really big boats who registered it in Canada just for tax reasons. Yep. Fun stuff.
What's going on with the Kickstarter situation?
Pretty much right now, it's not going to be funded. There's no way everybody's going to get their money back. But we're trying. It was originally set up to make the website more feature-filled than the one we currently have, with the ability for separate sections for the classified, separate section for game reviews, store reviews, etc. Full user feedback system, stuff like that. So right now we're stuck with more of a baseline forum.
Yeah,
Well,
I kind of.
Sorry, I just wondered like what we had as far as like technical abilities in the group, as far as like web programming or.
Check with
Most
that
of my
Mark.
web programming skills, I haven't built a website in like probably 8 years.
I would
And
check with that. Or, I'm
I
sorry. Go
wasn't
on.
that great. Apparently Thomas knows quite a bit, so he can
Yeah.
he be a player on that side.
Yeah. Martin kid, whatever the hell. I don't know how you pronounce this. He looks pretty intelligent. I mean, he knows. He looks like he could build that. I mean,
Martin
The
Screen.
platform I'm going to have it built on is Joomla, and I know nothing about Joomla.
What do we have access to? Do we have a PHP, or what do we have?
I've got a full web server. I mean, I've got hosting and all that, so all we need is somebody who knows how to set up and pretty much set up Joomla. We need money to pay for some of the plugins of Joomla. So if we're doing it ourselves and we had somebody in the group that would do it for pretty much free on their free time, we'd probably be looking at about $400 to $500 just for the plugins.
Which would be worth it, but the issue we're running into is that the website itself wouldn't give back, more or less. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I said that wrong.
I mean, once the website's built, upkeep on it is only like $7 a month for hosting. Then the domain itself is like $13 a year, which is not a problem.
So how do we make that $500?
That's
the question.
Yeah, the thing. Okay, we use
possibly-
raffles.
we were talking about raffles and all that, but the problem is if we get donations from users to raffle, that just right now we don't have enough people that actually participate in the raffles. So if we take a person out, because they're not going to want to buy raffle tickets for their own stuff, it's going to be hard to fill those raffles.
Yeah, we use the raffles as an example. We have some that fly by, and then we have some that just. For example, the last one I did where it was a Genesis thing, and it took 3 days to fill. Stuff like that. The fact that it's the same 12 or so people that are actually participating in the raffles doesn't.
I just don't really have the money for it. That's the thing. I just have to use it for some other hobbies right now, and the website PlayAsia.com kind of set me back on what I want in terms of what I wanted to buy and where I because they were supposed to send me a game and then a free throw-in, and I never got any of that because they just decided to be douchebags and cancel my order, and without telling me, and so I mean I would, and then I had to go and get and right now I'm after another import video game, so I'm very far behind in terms of where I want to be in buying stuff. So
yeah, I don't think the issue is that people don't want to buy into it. I think if they either are not seeing it or they just don't really.
Some I don't
like.
Some like Final Fantasy III. I mean, it's a unique game. It's just I'm not a big fan. I have never played the Final Fantasy series, so that's why I wouldn't really enter it.
Here's the thing, though. If all of our 217 members were actually active and actively looking at the pages and stuff like that, these raffles would fly. They would have no issues whatsoever. That's the thing about the T-Scran, their game wheel page. That's the reason why it does so well. Is they have 9,000 people, and there's still a big enough percentage to fill these raffles. And if there's no cap on how many they can buy, there's no issues. But we like to have a cap, that way we can get more members to participate. But for example, my raffle when I did the 3 Genesis games, that took 3 days. There just wasn't enough people actively buying into it. Like, even if you didn't want the games, it's still a great trade bait. It was $140, that you could have got for $9. So.
Where are we with like content production, or who has the ability to maybe do video edits or put some things together like that? That if we could get a YouTube channel or do something kind of like the Cartridge Crusaders were good at, to where we could add or make money that way.
That's a good idea.
Or get this content.
Also, another thing, put out flyers to your local areas, like. Someone make a flyer or something like that, and I can get some members, because I notice all the members are in Southern Ohio, and that's kind of an issue for the Northern Ohio areas. I mean, I'm 2 hours away from the Toledo area members, so
I've been working with animation lately. We've been trying to do things to make our video experiences a little bit better. The Jeopardy, for example, we're using that as a test. The very first episode we did was a complete test. Greg was able to hook up the Hamachi, get us buzzers, get us all that stuff, and now I'm looking into making that visually better to look at, more or less. Outside of me messing up on a couple of the slides, it wasn't bad. We didn't have that many issues, So if we could harness that and make our Jeopardy better, then we can move on to doing more animations on our podcast or stuff like we're doing right now. And as far as YouTube content goes, I don't actively go out. I don't know exactly who you were talking about, Jason, but I don't actively go out and look. So what exactly were you talking about?
Well, I'm just thinking that, a lot of, the CU podcast or, Normal Boots. I mean, there's a lot of these production companies out there that are making content and making money. And so, I don't know, I guess I saw that as a way to sort of create content or generate revenue that I'm out there a lot. I hunt a lot. I have videos, my own collection or things like that. My phone does really good video, but I have only access to Photoshop through work. I don't have the ability to, edit 4 gigs of a half-hour video.
Technically, these broadcasts we're doing, if they got the views on YouTube, they are revenue generating. But since we get so little views, it's minuscule.
But that's what I'm saying. I think if we could commit, or we could create, several sort of strands of content, or we had a few people who could, put that together or package it, then, we might have something.
So what you're suggesting is take what you do, give it to somebody who knows how to make the animation a little bit better, and have your own podcast, have your own video, stuff like that.
Oh, well, not necessarily me. I mean, I have a lot of strong opinions, I guess, but stuff like this. People from the page. I mean, people who are, posting or, creating original content that we could, just put out there, continue to kind of get hits on and generate some revenue.
I plan to start a YouTube channel like come September when I get a new phone, but the thing is, I do want to put some of the games I have on there, but I also want to go diverse it to my other hobbies. So if I were to actually do that, like if the video game aspect, could I just email it off to someone else to put it onto the channel then, or like we all have access to it?
Yeah.
Well, that's my question. Yeah, if you had somebody who could do it, or had the software, or the know-how.
Yeah, and if I were to email it,
easy to get. It's the ability.
I'm pretty sure Pat can do that. If not, we'll find somebody that can. I have the program, the software, but I'm not that well versed in it.
Yeah, will anyone be at the, speaking of, sorry to get off topic here, but will anybody be at that gaming show North Olmsted Saturday, I mean?
I had a chance to vend there, but it's just too far away. It's like 3.5 hours.
It's only like 15 minutes for me.
Yeah. What would you guys think about doing a, somebody, good personality, funny personality, did some type of Let's Play for the channel, for our page? Somebody that's fun, did something that would play some of the more harder, challenging games.
Let's Plays would be fun. I really liked. We had a new guy join and post about him doing a speed run on Metroid. I thought that would be a really cool thing to stream, but he don't have the ability to stream.
I don't really have the time to stream.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be you personally. I'm thinking on the terms of more things we can add to the page. I mean, our plans for the page, and the reason why we had 5 admins, like I said before, is we're always actively thinking of new things to do that would make us not only a buy-sell trade page. Yeah,
I
that's
think
why
it would be cool to do almost. You guys watch the Nerd? I'm assuming, right? Or
Right.
no? Like he does the Mike and James Mondays, where him and Mike get together and they play a game and they talk and shit like that. That'd be cool to do. Kind of like a let's play gets together type thing.
That's what you got to model it after. Is model it like that. I mean, a couple people, not just one person. A group of people playing. I mean,
Okay, so if we are in a hangout group like this, in which you could share your screen of playing this game, you could actually, I don't know, I'm just thinking, we were just watching Greg play Final Fantasy III. Now, if you were to play something funny, something harder, we're just sitting here watching, able to comment on his playing.
Oh,
stuff
I could do Mario. I could do Mario 64 for the IQ player right now. I mean, based on the fact it's an IQ player, those get a lot of views on YouTube because they're so rare, and there would be a lot of interest for it. But
See,
I was thinking, not even just like a Google Hangout. Sometimes like live, like two
I mean,
people physically
YouTube's
meeting up.
initiating a live stream and starting in like September. I think they're going to start doing live streaming on video games.
really?
Yeah.
Technically, you could live stream a video game through YouTube now, just through Hangouts.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, even if, I don't know, we could even keep it simple Twitch, but didn't you say there was a bad...
Yeah, it's ran by 4chan pretty much. That's the bad part.
Yeah,
I know. I'm gonna go and fire up the IQ player anyways. I haven't played that.
So, guys, we've been on this discussion for almost 2 hours. We haven't been on topic in like an hour and a half.
Yeah, no.
Should I stop the stream of it, the broadcasting?
Yeah, might
Everybody
as
else?
well talk about other things then.
I mean, we can still, talk, but
Yeah, but I mean, just like the whole
stopping the
broadcast.
video on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might as well.
I don't think this even went to anywhere, in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Greg about. I was like, should we just have one topic, or should we just talk?
Holy shit! Look at